You're now listening to the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Podcast.
Garage fam, welcome back to another episode of the Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Podcast. It is the NASCAR season finale episode. We're joined with Dale Tanhart and our special reoccurring guest, Darian Gilliam. Darian, thanks for being on with us, man. It's been a
Say that last name
time.
again. Say my last name again.
Gilliam.
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 Yeah.
Gilliam. I get that confused a lot, but now
Yeah,
never
everyone does.
again. Never again. How's life been? How's life out in the big Vegas, man?
Well, school sucks. I hate school. I don't know. I don't really like school that much, but everything else is good. Just trying to get that over with and hopefully land a job after graduation. So we'll see.
Wait, where do you go to school at?
UNLV.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'm right by the strip. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All that stuff.
He's hanging out with John Gruden in the afternoons.
I'm not really a big Raiders fan, though. I'm always going to be a Rams
Ooh.
fan because I grew up, in the era where, we had no professional sports team. So everyone just, picked their own teams out here pretty much. So I picked the sucky Rams, though. So I had to deal with them.
Do you old enough to remember the XFL when they had a team?
No, I was three. I was three, but, I know about the, that era and stuff. But, I don't know, the minor league teams, in Vegas were always our teams, the Vegas 51s and, the XFL. Well, XFL was professional football. So that was literally our first, taste of professional football, which is funny looking back now, I guess.
The He Hate Me jersey was just an all-time incredible. It's one of the ones I'll have to get framed.
That's Rod Smart. That was his name, right? Rod Smart.
Yeah.
He played for the Panthers. So, yeah. I know about him a little bit. He was a return guy on the Panthers.
Oh yeah, I know it gets hot out there in the desert in Nevada. That's why we stay dripped up. We're gonna have to get you some drip drop.
Well, actually, no, it's cold. It's cold out here now.
It's chilly.
It's November. It's always chilly. Yeah, it's always chilly around the fall time. It gets to the 50s.
I've
60s,
never been
like that. So it's a little bit. It's a little chilly. But compared to Utah and some other places I've been to, it's nothing. So, but it's a little bit.
A little bit chilly. Well, we can always stay hydrated. Go over to dripdrop.com, promo code GarageGuys20. Get the drip, rip it and drip it. We stay dripped up in these parts. So we're gonna have to get you some sent out. So so Garage fam, you know what to do. Make it happen. Dale, yourself, man, you have a kind of a strange scene going on, man. Are you in the gambling chambers? Are you in the think tank? What's happening?
I'm definitely not in the heart of America this week. Oof. I'm in a random town in Texas somewhere. I'm not even sure what it's called. So you can tell the scenery behind me is gorgeous. Not the usual props you would see in most videos. And I apologize.
Very Holiday Inn-ish.
Yeah,
I'm in a Holiday Inn Express. And it's
I was
not
right.
the nicest one I've ever been to. So I would I'd much rather be back in the heart of America with Rocky.
That's good. Well, look, you can make money anywhere you are year round. So I know, guys, we got a big race coming up this weekend. It's the NASCAR Championship race. There's a lot of things out in the air. There's a lot of disappointment that Kevin Harvick didn't get in. He had a terrible race at Martinsville, probably one of the worst blows to any driver that had 9 wins in a season. Dude was on the cusp of breaking records. It was just it was an incredible season for Kevin. However, he's not going to be there. So we have Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, Chase Elliott, and Denny Hamlin, Mr. Dennis Hamlet. He'll be around the way. So he's the only guy that's been out of that Power 2 going into this race. Darian, I know that you've probably been doing a lot of research and work and know a lot of everything coming up this weekend. How are you feeling, and which one of these guys do you think has what it takes to win this championship this year?
I like Brad Keselowski. I know many aren't gonna probably say that, but looking back, in terms of history of this championship format. Really, the most dominant guy throughout the season usually doesn't win the championship. I mean, outside of Truex in 2017, I don't know, and Harvick to an extent in 2014. Outside of those two, this is just, a wild format, and anything can happen at this point. And Keselowski, Penske's short track package, I low key this season. They've been, pretty good this year. And I remember Bristol in particular, Logano and Chase Elliott had that little incident, and then Keselowski just so happened to be there, right place at the right time.
Got the win.
Yep, snuck in, got the win and stuff. So, you remember things like that. And it's just funny because Keselowski, this year was, a contract year, and, Austin Cindric might get the 2, and then all of a sudden he's in the championship 4. So, I mean, that's what this format is all about, I mean, you never know who exactly is going to be in it. And Brad Keselowski made his way in, barely snuck his way in there and stuff. Just barely got in there, but he'll get it done, and we get to see him hammered drunk too on TV.
There we go. Slam Brad K's season is upon us.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
yeah. I mean,
say it one time. Yell it loud.
Wait,
Slam Brad K's.
Yo, what?
Slam Brad K's.
Brad K's. Slam it, Brad K's.
Slamming Brad K's.
Slam it, Brad K's. Yeah, for sure.
That's it all weekend long. Dale, how are you feeling? Who's going to take this?
I'm nervous as hell about this. I've been crunching so many numbers the last 48 hours.
Big statistics guy.
I really don't know. Yeah, well, I'm kind of like you in the 50-50 gut feeling, and then statistics go hand in hand. But I like what Darian said, and I think you agree with Keselowski possibly being the guy. Penske's short track package has been really good this year. And you can throw Ryan Blaney in there as well with that short track package being successful for all 3 Penske cars. And then, Logano probably had Bristol just about won if Chase Elliott didn't sail it down in there. Keselowski gets the win anyway. And then you look back at Phoenix earlier this year. Keselowski had, if you go back and rewatch that race, Keselowski had the dominant car for at least the first half of that race. I think he led 90 laps or so. Chase Elliott led a lot of laps in that race. Keselowski kind of faded at the end. They made a bad decision and pitted with only 4 or 5 laps to go. And Logano kind of crept up there with good strategy and stole the win away. So it's really hard to say because you could make a great case for all 4 of these guys.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. You could make a great case for all 4 drivers. Chase Elliott, he's there. Obviously, I've been running my own little segment of championship 4 polls on, NASCAR Twitter and NASCAR YouTube. And Chase Elliott obviously takes the cake. Over 52% voted him in. Not a surprise.
Is that because he's the favorite?
Yeah,
is that because he's everybody's guy?
Fan, Mr. Popular.
He's
Bill's
Mr.
boy.
Popular, Mr. Golden Boy and stuff. So that proves, when you have a guy, that immensely, popular, polls like that are going to be a little bit skewed, sometimes. But honestly, outside of that, I do like Chase Elliott at Phoenix, one of his tracks too. He hasn't won here, but he runs pretty good here. History shows us. Denny Hamlin, we've seen, him, lowest of lows, highest of highs here as well. But I don't know. My heart says Hamlin's going to win, but I got to see him actually win one first, and he hasn't, done that up to this point yet. So hopefully that proves me wrong. We'll see.
Yeah, the deal with Denny is crazy, and it is so difficult to gauge because, first of all, he's made the case probably to be the greatest driver to never win a championship, and he's continuing to build that case with his sporadic performance. Like he's won 6 or 7 times this year. Hadn't won a race since Talladega. Has struggled. I mean, just nonstop kind of grinds for top 10s and barely pointed his way into the Final 4.
Yeah, so pretty much coasted his way in. I did notice that. Pretty much just coasted his way in there.
He got in on points too.
He didn't have just a terrible race like what Harvick had at Texas. He just was very mediocre, and that cushion from his playoff points really just, best way you put it, coasted him in there. And everybody is going to be sleeping on Denny Hamlin for this. But Denny Hamlin has the best lifetime track resume at Phoenix, including a very dominant performance last year to lock himself into that championship 4 last year, which last race was at Miami. Did not win it. But people are going to sleep on Denny. And for you said the heart wants to take Denny.
Yeah.
For me, the heart wants to take Chase. And the brain is thinking Denny, honestly. Because it seems like what the guy that wins this the last few years is someone that's slept on. Like last year, everybody was sleeping on Kyle Busch because he was the same way. Had only won 3 races in 2019. And you had other guys that had great momentum heading into that championship race.
It was really a non-factor really throughout that whole entire playoff when you really think about it. Was, kind of just there, kind of advanced his way in and then, made it to the Final 4 and then showed up. That's what
that's what Denny has done in this playoff. And he really struggled at Phoenix earlier this year. And they're bringing a brand new race car there, which is interesting. Brand new race car, never been run. And him and Chris Gabehart, they can get it done anywhere. And like I said, Denny's got the consistency at Phoenix better than most of these other guys. So
I don't know. I just feel like to an extent though, like for one race, one big championship race, like you need to throw stats kind of out of the window to an extent. I'm not sure,
big gut. You got to use the gut.
Yeah,
in
more of a
situations.
gut feeling.
I agree with that. I totally do agree with that.
But like the question is, what stats do you cut out? I guess is the real question.
Right.
I got something for stats wise here that I will throw out there. So I mean, look, we're looking back in November of 2019. We saw Denny win this race. He started in 30, finished first, and then he had the 20th place finish earlier in the year here where Joey Logano won. Okay, so let's go to some chase math here, guys. All right, so we're going to go ahead and break this down. So November 10th, Denny wins at Phoenix. All right, this race, November the 8th, 8, 9, 10, that's 2. If you subtract that away, that's the number 2. Brad Keselowski wins the race. The end. Chase math.
That's a beacon yoga stretch there. I like that.
That's right.
Beacon yoga stretch right there.
We didn't pass math. We created our own.
That's like more just like unnecessarily imposing superstitious numbers.
Yeah,
but I don't hate that either.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I actually like it. Actually, now.
Yeah. It's got a nice ring to it. It's very hard to argue with something that you created yourself. Like Chase Math, I created that. It's just like, no, this is a real philosophy that I live by now. But in all reality, man, I could see Denny sneaking up and winning this thing because I mean it's been a minute since he's won a race, and it's just kind of like he finally gets to this moment. He started off so strong. He's like, you know what, screw it, this is my year. But it's like now that it's like, is he getting infected with like a team owner curse now that he's a driver? Because it's like ever since that announcement, it's like things have been kind of backpedaling a little bit.
A team owner curse? A team owner curse? Has there been any other team owner curses in the past? Really?
There's been a very strong one that happened in 2001, and it was the worst one of all time. It was Dale Earnhardt.
Oh God! Why did you do that? Damn!
But you can't say that because DEI was running in the year 2000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. But there. I'm not saying this is going to happen to Denny. I'm just saying that could that make it kind of like he wants his team to do good, and he also wants to do good himself. It creates these.
You never know. I mean, it worked out for Stewart. Owning.
Well, and I'll add on to that. I remember Tony Stewart's first year, they struggled pretty bad the first half of that season. They kind of they reeled off a couple more, like 2 wins that year.
They turned it around at Pocono, though, like in the summer, and they were able to make the chase and all that stuff. But, like, they weren't, like, a championship contender yet. So, like, I guess
not that time.
Good for, like, their first season, though. Good for their first season, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean.
Yeah, you could say that.
But Tony was on his own team, though. Tony was on his team.
Yeah. Yeah,
Denny's not. Denny's going to need to come onto his own team in order for them to flourish.
We're just talking about driver owners, though. Just driver owners.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just speaking of driver owners in general. Honestly,
I would not like to think that Michael Jordan would bring bad luck on anything. So,
the Hornets. Excuse me.
Quit that. Stop.
One thing.
Bobcats.
There's one thing. Bobcats, Hornets. Come on now. I mean, look. I'll be honest. When they announced Michael Jordan was like, a part of the team, I was like, I was thrilled. But like, okay, in what capacity? If he's running a team like the Hornets, then I'm sorry you don't have me. But then bring Denny Hamlin as a part owner, then okay. I feel a whole lot better about the situation,
Right.
And they'll have that Joe Gibbs magic, they'll have that Joe Gibbs satellite team magic, which
so look, that's okay.
But
wasn't thinking about that. So Denny kind of is a part of that little wheelhouse because it's the Joe Gibbs deal. So
I mean,
that's
really
okay.
brings a lot of credibility to the team.
He's just stressed. We'll leave it at that. He's just been a little stressed out. Now he's going to Phoenix. He went on a nice hike today. He's feeling good.
Now that I think about it, possibly Hamlin, like all of, the news of like, the team opening up and stuff, like, I don't know. Like, I'm not saying it's, affected his performance, but like, maybe it brings, a little bit of aware, to the mind mentally, possibly, getting ready for next year, all that work and all that stuff. So, during championship time, I don't know. It's a possibility, perhaps. I'm not sure. Or maybe, it's just bad luck for the team. I don't know.
They could have waited a little longer to announce maybe, or done it earlier in the season. Who knows? The timing is not great when you're in the middle of a playoff run.
That's what I'm saying. Like the season he's having, it would be okay if he was like out by round of 12 or round of 8, but like
let's throw some excitement in there now.
This is his best season statistically, is it not? Like, or damn near close to it, I would assume. Close to like 2010 numbers, really.
Either the year where he choked the championship it's got to be pretty close. But I think
it's such a shame. It's such a shame that season is remembered for that, because I remember when it was unfolding, like, oh my gosh, like he's gonna dethrone Johnson, and then that Phoenix race happened. I mean, the heart says that he's gonna return to Phoenix, and then it's gonna be this fairy tale story. I mean, him winning the championship first, and the first one being a long time coming, and then all of a sudden, the new team opening up next year, good timing. But I don't know. It seems too good to be true, to be honest. But we'll see.
Yeah, you think about that. That's a very good point too. I just remember me and my dad. So I'm not a Jimmy Johnson fan because I love Jeff Gordon, and it made me so mad that Jimmy came in and just ran the table in the late 2000s. But I just remember me and my dad thought Hamlin had it won, and then
everyone did.
Phoenix happened, and he also struggled at Miami, and it was just awful.
He's fun.
Isn't it hilarious that he won Miami this year? He won Miami, I
remember that.
Yeah,
incredible.
Now it's not the final race anymore.
Yeah, it's like bad timing, bro.
Right? Yeah. So they got it all put together well, but looking at some of these odds, I think it's hilarious that Kevin Harvick is plus 400, like just taking the entire field away on the DK Sportsbook. And Chase Elliott's at plus 450. So you got Hamlin, Keselowski, and Elliott all at the same odds at plus 450, and then Logano at plus 500.
We haven't talked about Logano much, too. I mean, he'll be a contender, too.
Joseph L.
The
defending Phoenix winner. I mean,
can I just say this? Logano is he has to be the oldest 30-year-old I have ever seen in my life. Am I right? I'm just saying. I mean, like, I remember
the hairline.
Yeah, I mean hairs like.
Well, he came out last year and said he had like a hair disorder, like an actual.
Oh, he did. Oh no, I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I had no clue.
A lot of people have hair disorders, but it's called helmet hair.
Over here.
Hey, I have no clue, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter though, because he's a championship driver. He can do whatever the hell he wants and stuff. You know what I mean?
I just wish he was more laid back.
Yeah, I wish he's a tad uptight though.
Very uptight. It's hard.
Very interesting though, because he gets into so much shit. So you think he would be over the top like a Noah Gragson, but no, he's just like yeah, leave me alone type thing. I'm like,
well, that's why we created that alter ego for him. That's why we made Joseph L.
Yeah, if he was just a little bit more edgy, that'd be great. But
he'd be right. I mean, he'd be right there with Kyle Busch, dude. He'd be right there with Busch as kind of like maybe one of the most hated, because he's already hated.
Yeah,
his personality just grinds you. Like, it just makes you so mad. And I'm not a Joey fan, but I respect the hell out of him because he's a great race car driver.
He's chill off camera. He's so different
about anybody else. Does not care.
I think that he has to uphold this certain. He has this thing. What from what I've heard about him, and we were talking about Corey LaJoie when he was on the show. He talks about how he just, he has to make sure that he's portraying this image of a championship driver and things like that. But when I've been on pit road with Joey, he's just like one of the dudes. He's laid back. He doesn't like have this really uppityness to him. He's chill. He's chill.
He should not be as uptight. He should just, go with that. I think every driver should go with that, and not this whole uptight thing. I mean, that's not really helping the sport nowadays. The sport needs, as much attention as it can get. So
we need a little Dale-ergy out there.
Yeah, that's what we need.
Yeah. No, I think Joey actually helps the sport because he really reprises the villain role really well. Yeah. I think.
He just doesn't say many interesting things. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
But he'll go run up to somebody and cause a fight. I mean,
he'll do that. So, the occasional fight and stuff. I would like
his personality is kind of bland, but talking, he's too clean cut. But when it comes down to it on the racetrack, that dude will get furious. I was back in 2015. I was waiting for him to go find Matt Kenseth and kill him after Martinsville. And
dude, that race. That race was incredible.
Joey did not deserve that. I don't care what anyone says. It was great entertainment, but Joey did not deserve that. No,
yeah, he did. He totally deserved it.
No,
Come on.
Dude, at Kansas blocked him up into the wall. He deserved to get spun right.
Oh, come on.
You can watch that replay and dissect it, dude. I'm telling you.
We'll agree to disagree on that, but the one thing we can probably agree on though is Logano has the funniest voice of any NASCAR driver to me personally. I don't know. Just to me personally, it's just funny. I don't know. Just something about him, man.
Whenever I asked him if he was going to the moon.
We're going to the moon. He brings off, such a dad vibe though to me. And it's like the funniest thing too. So, I mean, I don't know. Just whenever he does good, he definitely
has that. He definitely has that about him. I think it's hilarious too because he put something out on social media like it was earlier this year or last year. We talked about he calls Mark Martin his dad, and like people were like, "Is Mark Martin really his dad?"
Well, no, it's like a father figure basically because Mark Martin, get his career started. So
right. Cool. So, but yeah, I can't remember much about Mark Martin. I know he drove the Viagra car though. So if he would bring a little bit of that kind of energy around town, that would definitely unleash some Joseph L out there.
That was a very interesting era of sponsors too. Like some of the sponsors we had, in our heyday was like, looking back, it's like, damn, we had these, Viagra or
Extends
basically owned
or the fucking 3 years. The fucking adult. Yeah, the fucking adult diaper company too on Montoya's car in 2013.
Yeah, depends, dude.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Imagine if Tim Richmond would have drove the Extends car, like back in the '80s, man.
See, it's not. See, it's cold because you got the but see, I don't know about all that, but I don't know, like. What's another sponsor that would have been interesting for him to drive? There's just so many. There's so many things.
Shoot, Tim Richmond, I just think of beer and cigarettes and condoms.
Yeah, that's what I don't know. He was also he was a Playboy too, so like Playboy or something like that. That would have been very
that's a good
one. If he would have lived on and stuff, and perhaps he would have worked out some deal with because he was very well connected in Hollywood around that time, this sort of thing. Who go back and do shows and movies and stuff. Too. So like he was basically Jeff Gordon before Jeff Gordon. So.
Yeah, I didn't want to get us too hung up there, but I'm pretty pumped because I'm getting the '87 Tim Richmond Dick composite photo. I'm getting that's happening. Yeah, I'm getting a real fresh print
man.
to put up. It's going to be in the studio. Yeah, we're going to have it forever, Dale.
That is freaking cool. I can't wait.
Can I say one more thing? The last thing about the sponsorship thing. I just thought it was always so funny. Mark Martin, since he was about 30 years old, has always looked like he was like 60.
Yeah.
I just thought it was so funny that he had the Viagra car. And he was like 40 years old, but he looked like he's 60. Like
he's really fit, bro. I mean, he's really fit. He takes care of himself, man. He's
really Bowflex guy.
Yeah. He's a really fit dude.
Works out tight. But all right, so we got the odds out the way. We got all that out the way. It's going to be an amazing race. Can't wait to watch this weekend. I know we'll all be doing some stuff, and I'm sure we'll have some content pouring out on site. I know Darian, you're probably going to be doing the same. So we'll be on Twitter. We'll be doing our thing. And other than that, though, I think it's time for some awards. It's the last. It's the last of the season. So let's go ahead.
I almost forgot we got so hung up on Viagra.
Yeah,
Viagra and Tim Richmond and Joseph L. Yeah, wild stuff. But let's go ahead and enter into the 2020 first annual Garage Guys Fantasy Sports NASCAR Awards. All right, welcome. And these awards were put on earlier on Thursday for all of the Garage fam and everyone that can vote on Twitter to vote so that we would know who were the winners of these things. And, of course, some of them were looking like they were going to come into runoff territory, but I think they ended up smoothing themselves out. So if you didn't see these on Twitter, you're hearing them now. So without further ado, we start off. Dale, take it away.
So our first Garage Guys Fantasy Sports Award is Best Hair Flow of 2020. So obviously, I had to take this one. Our candidates were Ryan Blaney, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Noah Gragson, and Sheldon Creed. And the winner of the Best Hair Flow of 2020, Mississippi's own Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Not a surprise.
Ricky, lightning bolt Ricky.
In the history of our state.
It's incredible. It was an incredible movement.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I'll take the next one here. 2020 big NASCAR win energy guy. So our candidates out of the four, Chase Elliott, Kevin Harvick, Denny Hamlin, and the one and only Brad Keselowski. Chase Elliott took the poll, winning with 43% in votes. So they love that energy there, I guess.
I'm going to Kanye this. Kevin Harvick should have won. He deserved it because he got the most wins.
I was surprised. I was a little surprised, it wasn't either Keselowski or Harvick, because Harvick, he shows that energy. I like his energy, and
9 wins
just goes out. Yeah, like 9 wins. That's big energy for sure.
Any poll that has Chase Elliott in it is gonna win, though. It's sad, but
it is true. It is true. Yeah. Well, I will say this in Elliott's favor. At least he does celebrate like a champ. All right, so he does celebrate hard.
Yeah. He does celebrate hard. You never know when it could be your last win in anything. So, you gotta celebrate
Very
hard.
true. Very true. Like it. All right. I'm going to go ahead and take us into the best big energy NASCAR track of 2020. The selections were Talladega, Daytona, Bristol, and the Charlotte Roval. No surprise here. Talladega takes the cake with 48%. It's Dega, baby. It's Dirty Dega. All right. Yeah. Talladega parties.
Oh, Dirty Dega. I never heard of Dirty Dega before.
Dirty Dega. You ever been to Talladega?
No, I've never been, but I've heard it's very interesting, and I
cannot wait until he comes to Talladega.
Look, I cannot wait. Let me just say this: I've seen some pretty country ass shit in my life, but that'll probably take the cake. So that'll be a fun.
For one weekend, it's okay.
For one weekend to let loose, let go. Go ahead. All right.
Look, it's almost like a costume party because everybody just wears jorts, sideburns, mustaches, and boots. Like it's just that's the attire. Yeah, dude, cut off jorts, Darian. So you have to wear them. You have to wear them. That's gay.
Dude, come on,
You've got to get in the spirit, Darian. You've got to get in the spirit, dude.
My friend, I would get roasted so bad, bro. No, I can't. I'll wear something though. I'll like put my own little style to it. I'll wear
dude, this is primetime content. We're gonna take Darian. We're gonna give him a Talladega makeover, and we're gonna throw him out there on the boulevard. It's going to be incredible.
Jorts to spare.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right, Dale, next award. What we got?
So, segueing from Talladega to the Fun Guy Award for Stewart-Haas Racing. This one is kind of an obvious one.
Yeah.
You go in between Clint Boyer, Kevin Harvick, Cole Custer, Eric Almirola. I think Cole Custer's a little undervalued here after that Old Spice ad, which was glorious. But he ends up with 10%. Kevin Harvick ends up with 17%. And overwhelmingly, Clint Boyer ends up with 72% and is the Fun Guy Award winner for Stewart-Haas Racing. Pretty easy one right there, I feel like.
Yeah, pretty easy. I think this one's pretty easy, too. The Fun Guy Award for Hendrick Motorsports. Jimmy Johnson with only 18%. Chase Elliott, 32%, and Alex Bowman ended up winning with 50%. But the funniest part of this was William Byron with a record 0%.
0%. We need to figure out how to make William a little bit more fun. He needs to get a little bit more of that energy.
Yeah, I'll tell this one story. I beat him when he was out here in Vegas, basically promoting the race, some NASCAR heat tournament. He's way younger than me, and he acts way older than me. You know what I mean? Like, he's just, like, way, like, I guess way more mature or something.
He looks like he's 12. So.
Yeah, he looks like a 12-year-old and a 32-year-old man. I don't know. Just really old, just really, really
he's
old.
He's the big tucked into the jeans guy. He's like very young.
Was. His jeans, his shirt was tucked in. Yeah, right, actually. It was.
And he's got like the blazer. He wears the blazer with the tucked in shirt with the jeans.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah,
he's already preparing for the executive board meetings.
The numbers don't lie here. 0%. I know there's only 28 people that voted on this particular poll, but 0%. You mean not 1%, 2% at least? That just shows you're so. You gotta
fix your divots. Yeah. All right. So the next one we do have though.
Breathe, man. Don't have it tucked in. Let the pants breathe, bro.
All right, we're gonna make sure we get. I can't wait to let him know about this. So now going to the Fun Guy Award for Team Penske. I feel like this one's pretty obvious as well. Yeah. How many fun guys can you name on Team Penske? For the majority of the part, you got Joey Logano, Brad Keselowski, and Ryan Blaney. Easy. Ryan Blaney takes the cake. 31 votes on this one. 58%. But Blaney, he was nominated for the Flow too.
I'm a little shocked that Keselowski didn't win this, though, to an extent, just because Keselowski's a fun dude. He seems like he's kind of fun, but he is more of a family man nowadays. Blaney's a younger guy, definitely for sure. So he used to be a lot more open and, fun.
He fought Jeff Gordon. That's heavy.
He did. So, I mean, that's heavy. That gives you heavy, bonus points. But that was 2014. This is 2020, so Ryan Blaney,
2012 Keselowski for sure.
That's what I'm saying. If he wins this weekend, we're gonna see that back for a brief moment, So
it depends on when the wife wants to cut him off, though.
Yeah.
He packed the boot though. He's got the glass. He's got it with him. He's ready to go.
And it's all clean and everything. That's cool that they kept that around. I figured they would, but
that is
kind of cool. That's cool to see that. So.
All right, well, let's take it now to the Fun Guy Award for Joe Gibbs Racing. Martin Truex Jr., Denny Hamlin, Eric Jones, Kyle Busch. I think this one's pretty easy as well. Kyle Busch, what I would attribute to that is how amazing he is at trolling. I mean, when he trolls these people that will tag him and hate so hard, his comments are incredible. Not a lot of personality out of Eric Jones, Truex. Denny's kind of so. He got 28% of the vote, but
what's with all these family men in NASCAR, bro? Like, all these family men happen to be the race car drivers of this era. It's like, we're going to look back at this era and just be like, damn, we had so many dads in the field. We got to get those, youngins back,
Yeah, no,
make it more interesting.
The same way. I feel the same way. But, yeah, Kyle Busch, no doubt. Kyle Busch, he's just such an asshole. It makes him so great.
I know. I love it.
So great. So, yeah, easy winner right there.
Shit talk, boy.
So the final one, the Fun Guy Award, other Cup dudes. Let's see. We had Bubba Wallace, very good. Corey LaJoie, those two only scored 27 and 21%. So they were close. Ricky Stenhouse Jr., 18%, a little bit lower than I fully anticipated. But Tyler Reddick takes the cake, wins this poll, 34% too. So yeah, there you go. So
Reddick into Star Trek.
Yeah, I'd say Bubba Wallace is very slept on that. Bubba Wallace.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Dude, if you follow him on Instagram, he is
Twitter, and he's on Twitch too. I'm not really on Twitch, but I see some of his Twitch clips. They're very interesting. So
absolutely, dude. Bubba's a super fun guy. He's one of the only guys I know that stayed up till 1 o'clock in the morning on the boulevard. So I mean, he likes to have a good time. He likes to have fun. Yeah.
Fun guy energy. A few of the drivers, I don't know, some of the drivers you can tell, they definitely love to have a good time. The Blaney's, the Bubbas. Does Elliott even party like that, or is he like milk
He's more
and go to bed kind of guy? Warm milk and go to bed type of thing.
He's got the posse with him. I know every Dega race I've been to, he's usually got the little posse with him, and he just kind of he'll go to his little appearances and he'll go away. But you'll catch Blaney out there, you'll catch Bubba out there. Tyler won this thing. Tyler's one of those guys he's a goofball, right? He likes to goof off, have a good time. So he's one of those types.
Didn't Larson used to be out there, but then the band, but then he'll kind of be back. We'll see if he'll be back in that whole.
Yeah, well, I think it's pretty awesome that the Five's coming back. I'm just excited to see the Five back on the field. I'm a big Five guy. Big
who's going to sponsor it though? Who's going to sponsor him though? That's the main question.
That's what will be interesting, no doubt. Who wants to take that?
Who's going to take the chance? I mean, you're going to win races probably, or at least run good. But the whole image thing, very, very touchy waters.
Maybe he'll turn it around and he'll be an other dude fun guy, or he'll be a Hendrick fun guy next year. Who knows?
Hey, I know Sloppy is though. Sloppy's Sloppy's your guy though. I see that.
Hendrick oftentimes would sponsor his own, sponsor cars with his own companies. I guarantee you'll see some of that on that car next year. The Hendrick, it was on William Byron's car the last couple of years.
Yeah, but you can only do that so often though. That's his own money. He can do that if he has it, but can't do it so often.
It's a total Days of Thunder situation where we had City Chevrolet. We're gonna have Hendrick Chevrolet on the 5 car
all season. It seems like.
Oh man, it's gonna be wild to see. But those were your fun guys. So now for the final award, the one that we had to get a lot of nominations for. It ended up just stealing the show. We had it was narrowed down to it's the Social Media Boy of 2020, the Silver Skirt Award. It's the most prestigious award. It's for the driver that puts a lot of time into social media, gets out there and does a lot of work with his fans online. And it's a hard thing to do to be a NASCAR driver and to also keep the presence high and worthy. So out of these nominations, we had Ryan Vargas, Corey LaJoie, Alex Bowman, and Noah Gragson. Those were our 4 guys, and it was all narrowed down. So without further ado, I'm going to take a look at my invisible ballot here. The winner of the Silver Skirt for 2020 is Ryan Vargas. Ryan Vargas has won. Now we'll welcome on Ryan Vargas to accept his award of the Silver Skirt. How does it feel? How does it feel, Ryan? Thank you for being here to accept your award, the Silver Skirt Award for Social Media Boy of 2020. You've done it.
Yeah, I've done it. I'm really glad. Thank you to TikTok and all the people that follow me for some reason. It's definitely real cool. Yeah, I mean, I love social media. It's by far, it's one of the most important tools as a race car driver. So wouldn't be where I'm at today without it.
That's right. So what would be your favorite post of the year if you could choose one? Which one would it be and why?
It would be the video. I put it on TikTok a few weeks ago. It was the video of me sitting in the car, like dancing. And then like, it was like with the tech official. And that's how I get through tech, was by dancing with the tech official.
I saw
Incredible.
that was funny as hell.
Yeah, kind of talk about how social media has helped lead to more opportunities on the track.
Yeah, I mean, one of the big things I say all the time, like kind of growing up in the social media age, a lot of drivers see it as something that's like a waste of time or something that they shouldn't focus on. I feel like for me, for some people they don't need it. But for me, I don't have backing. I don't have a last name. I don't have funding. I need to make my presence known within the sport. And if I can't do that by, with those things, I'm going to do it through social media. I mean, for me, it kind of adds a little incentive for teams as well. When you go to a team and they say you're racing, and when they post about you racing is some of their highest engaged photos and gets them more followers and more viewers and more traffic, that says a lot. I mean, I say it all the time. I wouldn't be anywhere where I am today if I didn't have a good group of fans that actually support me, which is still to this day crazy to say that I have fans, but it's a big deal.
Absolutely. You're going to be running Phoenix this weekend in that glorious black and pink and blue TikTok number 6 Chevy Camaro. You're gonna skirt one in for us and get that top 10. We got the top 10 energy already this season. You do it again?
That I think we can. I mean, I went to Phoenix in the fall last year. I struggled, and we also kind of missed the setup a little bit. It's going to be a tough race. Those guys are going to be on their A game. Phoenix isn't usually an attrition racetrack. It's usually a pretty clean race. But with it being the championship, I don't know if that'll change. But I think going into the race, it's just going to be all about getting through the field, because we're starting a little bit further back because of how Martinsville went with the bad luck. I think if we can get past that and just manage our track position, have a good strategy like we did at Texas, we can leave there with a top 15 and top 10. We've had the speed every single race. Talladega were in the top 10 at one point. The Roval, we should have had a top 15, but I couldn't see. I mean,
that was a wild one, man.
Nobody can see.
Kansas, we had no power steering, and after I fell to the back and they said, "Oh, we'll just ride it out," I went back and passed 8 cars with no power steering. So, it goes to show I know it's a cheesy saying, but the proof is in the pudding. With what TikTok has brought to the team, it's re-energized everyone. Everyone's excited to go. Everyone's excited to work on the race cars. Everyone's excited to be there. And I think that's the most important thing. If you can re-energize a group of guys and, give them a little kick in the butt and let's go try and finish this strong, you'll have runs like we do at Texas. I know the leaders wrecked late there, but, even before that happened, we were running 12th or 13th. So it wasn't a fluke deal. We were a top 10 car that day. And I think we could easily be a top 10 car again.
Hell yeah, man. We'll keep that energy, keep it strong going into this weekend. You've got the silver skirt. You're the social media boy of 2020. Celebrate hard. And we appreciate you being on. That's all the time we got, Garage fam. So we're out. So as always, sports, party, repeat.
It's the Garage Guys. 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 It's the Garage Guys.